Hello, all of you gamers, professional and casual out there in the world. I am MegaAmpster. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new here, great to have you here. Welcome to the channel. If you are a returning viewer, always good to see you here. Thank you for the continued support. A little bit late to this trailer. I guess gameplay demonstration is more so what they're calling it. For the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It aired a little over an hour ago, my time. Busy with work, so I just figured when it was less busy, take some time. It's only, like you see here, is like just about 14 minutes long. Um, my hopes are that we're going to see some interesting stuff here. And I was arguing with Jared, friend of the channel. I know, super fan of this game. Listen, man, I do enjoy Zelda. Breath of the Wild is, hot take, one of my least favorite Zeldas. And I'm excited for this game, and it's going to be good. But I'm not like over the moon hyped, and that's probably just me. What would get me really hyped would be some kind of hint of traditional dungeons. I think that would get me super hyped. Um, Underground exploration being confirmed, Zelda being playable would be awesome. I know that's never going to happen, but that would literally blow my mind. I'm just curious to see like if I mean we're going to get some new stuff here and there that might be kind of sprinkled throughout, kind of like they've been doing in some of the more recent teases and trailers we've had in previous Nintendo Directs. Um, but I don't know. I want to see more. I want a reason to be super duper excited for this game because I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it, and I know I'm gonna enjoy it when I play it. But at the moment, I want to feel the hype going in, and I'm currently not feeling that. And especially if this is like the last trailer we see before the game releases, like the last like meaty trailer, I should say. There'll probably be like social media drops here and there, but like in terms of the next meaty trailer, this might be the last one we get before release. It's totally possible. So I want to be hyped. I want to be excited. But with that, let's just jump right into it. See what we have on our hands. Hopefully some good stuff.
Hello,
I'm sure
everyone.
we can. Hello, Anuma-san.
I'm Eiji Aonuma.
Every time this
producer
man
of the
shows up, his
Legend of Zelda
haircut
series.
looks even better.
First,
Got those
I have
OLED
some
Joy-Cons. News, okay.
Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you very much for waiting.
Congrats, it's gone gold. We're a month
Many
and a
of
half
you
out.
are
A little
looking
under,
forward
actually.
to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far.
Yes.
Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today.
There is
and
something
show
to be
you
said
what it's
about
like.
them not showing too much, you know, which is kind of good.
Okay?
Like the story,
Let's
as little
begin.
as possible. The gameplay is what I'm
Here
curious
we are,
about.
in the land of Hyrule.
All right, what we got? What's that thing off in the top left? That's the first thing
Like
I'm
The
noticing.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast
with the
world
long
to
hair.
explore. Of course,
Okay.
it's not just the same world as is. It's
Seen a lot of
changed in
Breath of the
many
Wild,
ways.
as expected.
If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches.
What is that? Wait, what was that? What was that enemy? What was that enemy? Hello?
In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky.
Any chance
You'll
it goes
notice
below
some
the
land
ground?
masses floating up there.
Maybe.
We call them Sky Islands.
It's cool that you can see the Sky Islands from the ground, I will say. Bird.
You're probably wondering something.
Birdie.
How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're
How
so
do
high
you?
up?
How do you?
If
Very
we take
good
a look,
question.
oh, something's
Ooh.
falling from the sky.
Also, what is that like
Do you see it?
orange ring right there? Sorry.
I wonder what that
orange,
is.
Green
Let's
ring
head
up there?
over to it.
That looks very curious too.
We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's
is
use one
that?
of Link's new abilities.
So there's stuff that just falls from the
If
sky.
you do this on the rock that just fell,
Oh, the reversing time thing. Rewind, that's what it's called. That's so cool. Look at that. That's
look,
so cool.
it started rising.
What is that thing with the left bumper icon on the
This
UI in
power
the
is
top
known
left?
as recall, which rewinds an object's movement.
Recall. Okay, that's sick.
Since
What
I
is
just
that?
used
Those
recall
rings at the
on
bottom. What are
fallen
those
rock,
green rings?
I can now rise into the sky.
That's actually
We're a
sick.
lot closer to the Sky Islands.
That's a cool
Let's
idea
use the
for a new like,
paragliders and
rune-like
reach one of
ability.
them.
And then of course, I love the dive animation.
There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too.
Interesting. Okay.
I made it. There are
Whoa!
lots of ways to reach the Sky
Little
Islands,
dragon
so we
flying,
hope you'll
flying
try a
dragon
few
thing in
different
there.
methods.
Kind of reminds me of some of the other ones you found in Breath of the Wild.
Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures.
Yeah, what is that icon on the
Some
top
trees
left?
are also growing here.
Is it the Master Sword icon?
You won't see many of those yellow
the
trees on
UI?
the surface, though.
Okay, we got one of the Sky
Let's walk
Islands.
around for a bit.
I do love Link's long hair design. I think it's super cool. And it shows how
There's a
much
branch
she's
on the ground.
progressed since
When
Breath
you
of the
find
Wild.
something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Makes sense. Let's continue. It's probably going to come in handy in about 5 seconds. Ooh,
This
okay.
is a brand new enemy called a construct.
Construct.
We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up.
It looks like a different form. We saw an enemy that kind of had the similar aesthetic
the branch broke.
in the previous trailer.
Not good, not good.
Not good, Anuma-san.
Get another branch and...
It's kind of giving me some vibes to like the egg. What's the egg robot from Age of Calamity again? I doubt it's connected, but it could be possible.
This Sky Island.
I don't know.
As expected,
Okay,
fighting with just
cool
a
temple
branch
over
won't
there.
get us very far.
Okay.
Also, this branch is almost broken.
Why is this
So
footage
here's
so
another one of Link's new
compressed?
abilities. If
I
we
know
use
it's
this
YouTube,
branch
but
and
man,
the
it's
rock
pretty.
over
Oof.
here and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer.
Wait, excuse me? Hold on. No. I gotta. What just happened? Hold on.
So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we
So
use
that's
this
how we
branch
constructed
and
the car
rock
stuff.
over here and do this, look,
So they
we can
merge?
stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer.
What?
This is called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
the community's gonna
Let's
go
take
absolutely
on another
nuts.
construct with this fused weapon.
Absolutely nuts with this.
We're dealing with two of them at once.
That must be how they made the car in the previous trailer and like the flying bird thing.
Oh,
So-
we beat one.
I
The
wonder
weapon's
if.
attack has definitely improved.
Oh yeah, I wonder if you can like
The other
You must be
branch
able to
broke,
string
but
multiple-
this weapon has much better durability.
multiple objects together to form new things.
You can
That
do
is
all sorts of
wild.
things by experimenting with the fuse ability.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we
Like-
take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range.
That's absurdly long. That's great. I love that.
With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and
The
we can
potential
safely attack
here-
from a distance.
The potential here is going to be massive. I wonder
can
if this is
also
how they
fuse arrows
counter
with
like the
materials in your
useless
inventory.
items like the tree branch.
For
you know?
instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow.
Oh, this is going to make things
Fuse an ice
interesting.
elemental material to an arrow, and
To make it a nice type.
you can freeze faraway enemies.
Yes. Okay. This is going to make like useless
useful.
items that you just collect in the overworld
In addition,
way more useful.
let's see.
And just experimenting. The
There's a bird
experimentation's going to be
flying around.
awesome.
If you're out
Don't fuse the
hunting,
bird,
you
no!
might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult.
Okay.
Apparently, my eyes can't
Don't
track
shoot the- what are you
fast-moving
doing,
objects as
Anuma-san?
of late,
Don't shoot the
so my
bird.
shots rarely land.
What are you doing? Stop it.
So
Don't shoot
at
it.
times like these, here's an eyeball you can
This
get
is
by
how you
defeating
do the
monsters.
homing arrow. You do the
Fuse it
eyeball
to
with
an
the arrow.
and
Oh. That's
look,
so
it
smart.
homed in on the target.
That's so clever.
Let's try this on another bird.
That's so clever.
I'll just
This-
fire in that general direction.
This is
Very
going to be
simple.
like the main
Depending on what you stick together,
gameplay
the
mechanic
fuse
of this
ability
game.
could also be beneficial for hunting.
Interesting. What the?
I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this
What the
has any
heck?
use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom.
Oh, so
Let's
does
fight
it?
an enemy with this.
Does it like blow them away? Maybe.
I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now.
Okay, and then they
The
can't
enemies
see you.
lost sight of
That's
Link,
cool. I wonder
so
if those enemies, if anybody
attack.
knows, nice. If anybody knows,
Even if
are
you
these like
struggle with
Zonai-related
combat,
enemies?
you can
'Cause I've
take down
heard some
enemies using similar
rumblings
methods.
of Zonai-related stuff in this game. I don't
In
know
the
much
previous
about the Zonai,
game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies.
Right, but
in
now you
this
can
game,
make your
using
own.
even the weakest weapon with something
See,
else
that's
could
so
turn
smart.
it into a
That is
useful weapon.
legitimately so
There are
clever.
even more gameplay options for
It's
sticking
honestly
things
gonna be
together. Let
overwhelming.
me demonstrate.
How much it's gonna be.
Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers.
Mm.
We'll want
Like
to
a boat?
cross this one, but swimming
Yeah.
across it, well, the river's too wide for that.
It's pretty
We
wide.
need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here.
But there are some wheels.
So, we'll lift up this log and attach
What I
it
want to
to
know
a
is
second
how
log.
organically are you going to find each item that you use to fuse? You know
Let's
what I mean?
do one more. We'll bring
Or are
this
they literally
over
just gonna be
here
lying around like
and
this in the
attach
overworld?
a third log. It's a makeshift raft.
I
This
imagine
is
if
another
also there's
new
stuff
ability
falling. Maybe like
called
there's
Ultra Hand.
ultra.
Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached.
Wait,
Let's modify the shape
the
of the
ultra.
raft.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like the old Nintendo
You can
toy.
always attach things
That's
or
so
detach them
cool.
like
I
this.
love that name. This customization is going to be wild. I am very excited to see what the community goes
Now,
with this.
if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat.
See, I'm not super creative. I don't know how
We've
well I'm
made
going
a
to do in this
simplified
game.
version of a boat.
And then you're going to put the wheel. Yep, I see. Okay,
However,
okay.
it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it
So this is the main thing they
forward.
wanted to show off. Okay, this is definitely a big game changer.
There's something here.
I'm worried that
try
the early
hitting it.
footage, people are going to say, oh, it's just more DLC for
wind.
Breath of the Wild.
It's blowing wind.
You know, I'm worried people are going to get
Looks
that
like we
impression.
found a fan.
You know there's going to be people
Why
on
don't we
social
try
media.
attaching
And, like, I'm not going to lie, I felt that a little bit at first, but this is what's getting me interested. And, okay, you can
We'll
rotate with
attach
it, too.
another one. This should make the boat well balanced.
This is honestly kind of like a version of, like, Minecraft crafting.
Okay,
But I
they're
hope it's
attached.
not as complicated. I hope
All right,
it's,
let's
like,
try moving the boat.
intuitive, which so far it seems like it is.
Hey,
Oh, that's sick.
it's moving.
That's sick.
It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans.
This is going to lead to so many different ways to play this game.
Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time.
There you go.
All right, we reached the other side.
Good job, Anuma-san. These enemy designs are cool, too.
In the most recent trailer,
Yep.
we showed scenes of Link riding a large
So
car
he
and a flying
made the
machine.
car and the hot air
Those
balloon
vehicles
and that flying
actually
thing.
aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own.
Right.
There are all sorts of
So
objects
you can
you'll come across
fuse
in
with the
this
Ultra
game.
Hand. I love the name,
And
the Ultra
depending
Hand.
on how
can
you
fuse
use
so
your
many.
imagination, you can do a lot with them.
That's honestly
So try
kind
crafting
of
different things and
cool.
explore this world at your leisure.
That's got to be
There
the
are
physics
even
engine
more
is got to be
new
nuts for
abilities.
this game then.
Take this building over here.
No way.
Okay,
Don't tell me
watch
that's a
this.
dungeon. Don't tell me that's a dungeon, bro. Ascend. Oh,
Look, I passed right through the ceiling.
is it only specific marks
This
though?
new ability is called Ascend.
So these are
If
all
you're
like the
in a
new
place with a
runes,
ceiling,
if you will.
you can go through
Is it any ceiling?
to the floor above you.
That's actually kind of cool.
There are some restrictions, but what's
Okay.
great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
How high though? Is there a certain height
For example,
limit?
this place has a cave with a hill right above it.
Right.
If we use the ability here,
And you can go through the entire hill? No way. There's no way you go through the. Oh my goodness.
come on, keep going.
What the hell,
Okay.
dude?
We emerged at the top of the hill.
You can go through any solid terrain.
In the previous
if
game,
there's a ceiling.
you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But
Or
in this
use the
game,
Rivali's Gale
if there's a
move, but
mountain
now you just
with
go
a cave
straight
like this
up.
one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up.
Wow.
Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage.
These
If
new
it's got a
abilities
ceiling,
are really cool.
You know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon.
YouTube is not doing
Some
this any
enemies
justice.
are
The footage is
equipped
so
with fused
compressed.
weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous.
He's got a
game.
little like wooden shield. So can they fuse
Ah,
items too?
It blew me away with wind.
That's funny.
Looks like it's got some sort of fan.
Yeah, you might want to get rid of that. Watch out! No, can you block it? Nope.
Ah!
Oh
I got
no!
pushed off.
Oh god.
Ah well, let's just return to the surface.
Let's just call in the Loftwing. Come on.
You can
it's
quickly
okay.
descend from the sky to the surface like this.
That's so cool. That's like Skyward
It
Sword.
feels so good.
It does. That's super
In the sky,
cool.
you'll be able to look out
Okay,
across the
so
land.
based on how in depth this
You
is,
can
I'm
also
guessing
search for
there's no
destinations that pique
underground
your
terrain
interest.
exploration, which is okay. It's fine.
Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this.
Oh, much faster. There we go.
Let's dive into this river.
That's huge. I hope they end up having like a
And
patch
we're
for this
back on
game
the
for the next
surface.
Switch because like I mean this looks great even for the current Switch here, but like
There are still so many
imagine
things
this
I'd
on
like to
even
show
more
you,
powerful
but
hardware.
let's leave it at that for now.
Okay. So really just going into all the abilities and stuff.
What did you think?
Some
Some
cool
of
stuff.
Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game.
Hmm.
I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things
Yeah,
just by
it's gonna
thinking
be
about what's
it's gonna be a
even
ton of
possible.
creativity. I can see why it took them so long.
There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're
I'm
all
sure.
jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it.
Mhm.
That's all for today.
All right,
Thank
thank you,
you for
Numa-san.
watching.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Why is there a whole minute after though? Oh, is this where they announced? Okay, okay. I saw this. Okay, they announced the. They finally announced the special edition Switch. It makes sense. All right, let's go into it. Let's go into it. What do we got? Ooh, I do like the. Honestly, I like. Ooh, I actually really. I do like that. I like that a lot. The Joy-Con look amazing. I would love to just buy the Joy-Con separately. That'd be sick. But there's probably going to be no way to buy them separately, right? Unless secondhand, but you know they're going to upcharge the prices. Those Joy-Con look real. Ooh, even the dock is really good. Ugh, I don't need another Switch. Not now. Not now. I'm sorry, Nintendo. I'm not buying the OLED now. I am dedicated. Oh, interesting. So it's launching a couple weeks before the game. Okay, that's cool. That's kind of cool. And the and the case looks nice too. And those launch with the interesting how they're spacing that out. So, all right. Am I still? I'm still not super hyped for the game, but I'm definitely intrigued. I think. Yeah, let me go through this a little bit. Obviously, the highlight of this presentation being the new abilities that Link has, and some look at the enemies too. These construct enemies are pretty cool. Going to the Sky Islands a bit more. Man, YouTube, why do you gotta, why you gotta be compressed so much? I'm trying to remember the fuse ability is the one I remember the most. The recall was cool, so you can like rewind time and stuff to get up to the. That was really cool to get up to the Sky Islands. The fuse is the highlight here. The fuse and the Ultra Hand. I still don't know the full distinction between the two. So if you know the distinction between the two, definitely let me know. Um, but the fusion, it's like that's the key here. That's where it's like, okay, I think that's really going to make, in terms of a gameplay perspective, I think that's really what's going to make this game stand out from Breath of the Wild is the fusion abilities and being able to pretty much combine any objects to your heart's content and like experimentation. Like I said, the community for this game, I'm so curious to see how that's going to look because people are going to go nuts with all these creations and stuff. And that's kind of the cool thing. It allows for more ways for players to get around the world and explore on their own. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping, like I kind of mentioned earlier with the whole boat scene crossing the river, I hope there is a way to like organically find these materials rather than just like they're just kind of lying around here. Like I know they're trying to like guide the player to like pick them up. I'm just hoping it's a little more organic in terms of where you find them to make it more creative. I don't know, who knows? Maybe they will. I mean, these trees where it looked like they were already cut down, so maybe you have to cut them down yourself or something. But so yeah, the cool thing is there's so many possibilities with the fusion. Is like you can craft different vehicles and stuff. That's what we saw in the previous teasers. But also like weapons that were useless on their own now can become so much more effective, which is really really cool. And I mean, obviously they still have weapon durability. People are going to be pissed about that. I'm totally down for that. I'm totally okay with it. And now even more so, it makes even more sense because it's like now with weapon durability, but combining the weapons to make them more powerful and more unique, like you're going to be constantly picking stuff up left and right. So it's going to be, having the durability is just going to make it easier to manage, I think. Um, but no, honestly, so maybe the Ultra Hand is the ability. It almost looks like it might be like the Magnesis rune ability from Breath of the Wild, but you can just use it on anything now, not just metal, which is cool. And I mean, calling it the Ultra Hand, that's such a nice nod to Nintendo's past. The Ascend one, I'm really curious about too, because you could literally just go through anything. Okay, so I'm looking at top left. It looks like that's the ability you select. So like that's the icon for Ascend, it looks like. And then here, yeah, Ultra Hand is kind of a screwed up looking hand. Um, I think that's Fuse. That must be Fuse. And then what did I don't even know. Is that Was that the other one? What am I thinking of? Maybe that must be Recall then. I'm guessing that must be Recall. Yeah, okay, because he used it here. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so that's what those are. Yeah, the creativity in this game is going to be off the charts. Um, I'm still the gliding, of course. Gliding down reminds me of Skyward Sword. That's awesome. Um, I'm still holding out hope for like one more trailer. I personally, like I said, I'm still not super hyped for this game. Personally, I'm still not super hyped. But based on this, there's going to be a lot of creative ways to kind of go through this game. Um, the Hyrule Field obviously feels very similar, at least from what they showed, to Breath of the Wild, which is intentional. I hope there's enough there to make it different. We also have the Sky Islands, which are completely new, so that will be cool. The other thing that would be cool is if they make the Sky Islands like pieces of the terrain from Breath of the Wild that you recognize, but just in a whole new form, which could be the case. That could be cool. Um, so I don't know. I'm really hoping there's at least one more trailer later on next month to kind of maybe get a hint of other stuff. Because like they said, there's so many more mysteries, and I don't want them to spoil the story too much. I'm thinking in terms of like other gameplay elements, like potential dungeons. Seeing if I don't even know if there is underground exploration. I'm guessing kind of no at this point, based on what we're seeing here. This is so in depth. I honestly don't think there's going to be underground terrain now. Playable Zelda is probably not happening, but who knows? I don't know. This was a very good showing, I think, and definitely kind of like getting the creative brain juices flowing in terms of like what you can use the fusion and ultra hand and all these abilities for. Like that's super cool, and the traversal abilities between the recall and the ascend abilities, like those are super cool. Um, so I'll be curious to see. I don't even know. I don't think you have the Sheikah Slate in this one either, right? So you don't have the previous abilities, which will be interesting. That'll be take some getting used to, I think. But it'll also make it feel more different than Breath of the Wild. So I don't know. This is going to be a good game, regardless. I'm holding out for that one more trailer, but what we saw here was definitely interesting, and I think hopefully will spark a lot more conversation.